Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to make some brownies. We are going to use this brand and we're just going to use them out of the box, but we're going to add a little love, as I say, to it. But for the first part of it, we are going to just follow the instructions that's on the box. So we're going to add 2 eggs. I'm actually making these brownies for my best friend. They came last night for dinner and they brought Jessica's loaded cauliflower dish. I'm sure if you've seen it online already, I already posted the picture. You should have seen it by now. If not, go look for it. He changed it up a little bit, but they left her, well, I told them to leave their dish here. I'd wash it, AKA put it in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna return their dish today, but I'm gonna put brownies, I'm gonna bake brownies in their dish and give it back to them. So, all right, we got 2/3 cup of oil. If you know me, I'm using Crisco. Get that out of the way. And then it calls for 2/3 cup of water. But if you also know me, I'm always using milk instead of water in most desserts. I think it gives it a little richer taste. And then we are going to start mixing this up. Normally, I would add in extra chocolate chips. This mix already has them in there, so we're not gonna mess with doing that. We're gonna get these eggs beat up in here and we're gonna get this mixed up really good. How y'all doing? How's the weather? It's a little hot here. These northern folks, they're not liking it very well right now, let me tell you. They don't like it hot. They're used to being in the 75 area. Right now we hitting the 95 mark today, I believe. There's nobody out. I had to run up to the one of the local grocery stores. There's hardly anybody out. It's too hot for these folks to be out in this weather. They don't come out. All right, mix this up a little bit more, and then we're gonna add in some goodies. We're gonna give it a little bit more love here. It's mixed up. For some reason, this one section didn't want to mix up. Give me 1 second here. Let's get this mixed up a little bit better. All right, there we go. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of pecans. I've already pre-chopped them up a little bit there. Now, if I was making this for Miss Carolyn down there in Kodak, Tennessee, she likes walnuts better. I make this for her many a times. I've actually should say I've made this for her many a times. She always likes walnuts. She's from Ohio. She's not from the South, so you know in the South we like our pecans better. All right, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of espresso. This just makes that chocolate taste a little bit better. Makes it a little richer. I'm just using this kind right here. Just get it at your local grocery. We're gonna add a teaspoon of coffee extract. Gives it a little more flavor, brings that chocolate, makes that chocolate flavor a little richer, I should say. I'm gonna do some vanilla. If I'm making a dessert out of a box, I always add a little extra vanilla. Vanilla always makes any dessert just a little bit better. Set these things out of the way real quick. All right, we're gonna stir these up. And I forgot to say, but I already did preheat the oven to 325. That's what the directions on the box says. For the most part of it, I am following the directions on the box. And if y'all know, you do not mix brownie batter up too much. Again, talk about Miss Carolyn. She always used to get on me. You're mixing it too much, it's gonna be cake. It's not gonna be brownie. So, and I can hear her voice echoing in the back of my head right now. I think I've mixed it enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna move that out of the way. And we're gonna grab the dish from Arturo and Rosa. We're gonna put a little bit of spray in it. And he did bring his fiance, I forgot to say that, I believe, but they did both come for dinner. All right, we're gonna just spray that with a little bit of Crisco butter cooking spray. You know me, I like my Crisco, and I think the buttery flavor in that just makes it a little bit better. We're gonna get this all spread around here, just make it a little more even. All right, we're gonna get this out of there. Use this other spatula, it's a little easier to use when I'm dipping or pouring this stuff out of this bowl. My son was home right now, he'd be licking the spoon. I wouldn't have to worry about cleaning it. He'd just lick it clean for me. All right, we're gonna pour this in there. All right, got all poured in there. That is so yummy, it smells great. Y'all doing anything fun today? Y'all enjoying this hot weather where you're at? Is it hot? Is it cold? I know my folks down home in Tennessee, I've heard from a few of them. They're not doing too well either. It's a little hot down there. It's hot and sticky and muggy. And I think I heard from Kim the other day. She said the folks in Kentucky were hot and sticky. So, all right, get that out of the way. Just give it a little shaky, shake, shake. All right. There it is, it's all loaded up with a little extra love. We're going to stick this in the oven at 325. The box says 50 minutes, so I will keep an eye on it, and then we'll come back here in just a little bit, and then we will take it out. Hey y'all, we are back, and the brownies, look at them, they are out of the oven. My house smells like a chocolate candy store. These turned out absolutely perfect. So, I took a little walk while they were cooling down. I decided to make them a little more sweeter than they already are. We're gonna make the original Crisco frosting to put on top of them. So I think that would make them a little bit better. I mean, not that they're not probably already good, but these smell good. So we're gonna do that here in a second. Before we do, I did want to give a shout out to them. They brought me this little coquette as a gift last night for dinner as well. They went down to Sur La Table and picked me up a little gift at my favorite store. I thought that was awful nice. So that's one of the reasons they're getting the brownies, and we're gonna make them the frosting put on top. So we're gonna get going here. We're gonna set these out of the way just a little. Y'all can watch them for them, make sure they don't run away. All right, we've already got 3 cups of powdered sugar in here. To that, we are going to add 1/4 cup of whole milk. And then we are going to add 1/4 of a cup of Crisco. And this is Crisco, don't get the other stuff. Get Crisco now. All right, and to that, we are going to add 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. That in there. And then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and I'm using vanilla paste. This will probably give it a little bit of a brown tint, but it's all right. The brownies are brown, so it'll be all right. I need to get some clear vanilla, that's what I need to do. I keep saying I'm gonna get some, and I keep forgetting. Every time I go to the store, I forget it. All right, got that in there. All right. Now all we gotta do is get the little mixer here turned on and get it blended up. Y'all still doing good? Warm here, let me tell you, there was nobody out walking or nothing today. You get this mixed up real good. Just takes a few seconds. All right, we are going to lift it up here, and we're just going to push the sides all down. Looks like with that vanilla paste in there, gives it a more of a vanilla ice cream look to it. Makes it really nice. I love these mixers, but I wish they did a better job of getting at the bottom. That's the only thing I don't like about them. Put that out of the way over here. All right. Have y'all ever had this frosting before? This stuff's really, really good. Alright, get that out of there. My great Aunt May used to make this for my daddy all the time. She'd make him a big old cake and put this on it. Needless to say, the cake didn't last very long at our house. Alright, get this off there. We're just gonna bring these brownies over here. We're gonna scrape all this down and put it right on them, and then just gonna spread it out real good. I don't think it'll make it too sweet, or just make it just a little more love to it. Makes these brownies that we just jazzed up a little bit with a little love, make them a little bit better even. Let me tell you, they're definitely gonna be good. All right, my faithful little spatula here. We're just gonna spread these out all over. I'm left-handed, so y'all know I gotta move it just a little bit different than probably what y'all have to. when y'all make brownies out of a box, do you do anything special to them, or you just use the box and go? What do you do? Tell me what you do. So you do a little different than I did. I think what we did was good. Makes them a little special. Now the only thing we are gonna do different, we're gonna finish this off, and then we're not gonna do a tasting until I drop it off. I don't wanna deliver this back to them with a big chunk missing out of it. So what we'll do is, we'll do a tasting at their house later today, and then give a review. Hopefully everything turns out good and they like it. Well, it turned out good. I think it turned out great. But I also made it, so you know. I always eat my own cooking, so. All right, y'all. All right, look at that. Best thing you could do, those little vanilla flakes. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. It makes it kind of look like it's got vanilla ice cream on top. Boy, it does smell good, and it's going to be good, I'm sure. All right, y'all. Let me know how you would do this, if you do it any different than I did, or if you want to try the way I done it. All right.